This week in the Bible, we have a portion when 3 angels come down from heaven and they visited Abraham. So I am an angel today, as you can see. So what happened? What the angels say to Abraham? We want to make you into a great nation, and next year, at this time, we will come again, and we will make sure that you and your wife will have a child, which is what ridiculous. They laughed out loud because Abraham was 100 years old and his wife Sarah was 97 years old. Yet the following year they came down and they made it that Sarah had a baby boy, the greatest miracle. So what did God say? Every Jewish child that is born in a Jewish household must have a bris. Otherwise, you cannot be recognized as a Jew. That's the law today. So what is a bris? We all know what it is. They cut off a little piece of the penis to make a cut. And that only men have to have a bris. Women don't have to have a bris. Why is that? God says when a woman baby is born, female, it is already perfect. So we have nothing to do. But when I give you a baby boy, that boy is not a finished product. Only God, I together with you, are going to make the finished product and create that child. So we're going to add a bris, and that will make that child perfect. Now, what is a bris? What's the difference between a bris, we all know what it is, and a divorce? You just said. Now, in a divorce, in a bris, you cut off a little piece, but in a divorce, what happens? The man gets cut off from everything. He loses the whole thing. A divorce means you haven't got your house anymore. You lose the house, you lose the car. That's a divorce. So that's a very bad thing. A bris is not, so you lost a little piece, right? So that's the difference between the two, okay? So, because in a divorce, a Jewish divorce, we can still survive, I hope. So now what happened? Abraham was very happy. He has a new baby. He has also a party, and they made a big party because they gave him a bris. And now we want to see the angels came down to do one more thing, to tell Abraham and the community that what happened now, the town that they live in has to be destroyed. What's the name of the town? Sodom and Gomorrah. It's a famous name because in that town, all the people were so disgusting. They kill each other and they murder. And God said, I don't care, even if there's one person left that's still normal and good, but I am going to destroy the nation. All of you will have to die. So what happened? What's his name? Abraham came to live in this town, over there in that area, and he brought along his family. Lot, L-O-T was his name, Lot with his family. So God said, I'm going to allow the family of Abraham to escape before I kill the whole joint there. So he escaped with his wife and his children, and God said, don't look back, because what I'm going to do to this is horrible. They act so horrible, I will destroy them. I don't want you to see all the things I'm going to see. So what happens? The wife of Lot, she turned around, she wanted to see, and she became a pillar of salt. To this day, down there in the Dead Sea area, when you go on a tour, they point out, you see this, the pillar here? This is Lot's wife. She's a pillar of salt. She became a pillar of society. So whether that's true, we don't know. But anyway, they did escape. But the way these people lived was unbelievable. If they saw a beautiful woman in that town, the men would just go over and kidnap her and kill her husband and live with this woman. So they went after Sarah because she was so beautiful, and they kidnapped her into the kingdom. But then God looked down and said, what's going on here? I'm going to give a sickness to all the men who are part of this kidnapping business. And God made them all have a disease, and Sarah escaped and went back to her husband. All these things happen in that, what's in Sodom and Gomorrah. There's no more Sodom and Gomorrah today. When they talk about it, say that was evil, evil. And people there, they did things that you and I don't even want to talk about. So in the meantime, Abraham got his wife back, and he lived a beautiful life, because God said to him, I will make you a chosen nation, and your children will be numerous like the stars in the sky. That's how many children. You'll not be able to count them anymore, like the sand on the beach. That's how many children you are going to have. I'm going to bless you. And all of these things happened. God blessed them, and then the Jewish nation became in existence because Abraham was the first person in the world who recognized God, that there is a God in the world. And Abraham went on to teach the other nations who were not Jews about the Jewish God and convert them to Judaism. And then the Jewish nation became very recognized and wonderful. That was years ago because God predicted it. And today it's back in business, and we see the Messiah is about to come because the Jewish nation is blooming again. So let us sing, Mashiach, Mashiach, Mashiach. Ay, 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 ay.